Hey guys, good morning. How's it going? It's John with another Optimized Nurse video. So today we're going to talk about, in our last video, what we talked about was the number one lie that nurses believe about time management. If you haven't checked that one out, it's in the description. It's talking about the whirlwind of your day and how to get out of that. So we're going to continue this theme on time management. We're going to talk about the idea that Peter Drucker gave us in his book, The Effective Executive. So he says that that time blocks of time are the number one power tool for getting things done. If we want to get things done, we need to put blocks of time where we only do that task. And now, so Cal Newport, in his book Deep Work, echoes the same wisdom. He called it deep work time blocks. So deep work, he says that we need to have blocks of time where we're intensely focused on one thing. All distractions are gone, and we're focusing on the task at hand, and that's it. No phone, no email, no chatting, no nothing. You're focused on the task at hand at the time. So our goal mainly with the block is to get you to eliminate distractions and get focused. So what we're going to do, how do we apply this? How do I apply this to my real world? So, first I better tell you this. So when I was charging in the ICU, sometimes we like to use our strengths and then use our coworkers' strengths as well. We to work with a team. And the way that my loving team did this for me is they never let me write on the whiteboard because my penmanship was so horrible. So needless to say, that was not a strength area of mine. And I leaned on my other coworkers to do that for me. Well, technically they wouldn't let me do it. So they loved me enough to just not let me do that. So before that, I want to tell you that before I show you this, so that you know that is not a strength area of mine. Okay. So here's what you got. We'll have better things like this in the class whenever we're starting it. I just wanted to make a quick drawing for you. So I break my day into four time blocks: 1 time block, rest; 2 time block, rest; the third one, rest; and the fourth one to finish up the day, rest. Okay, so this is your most important time block right here, your first and your rest. Okay. What I do here, I start my morning. When I start the day, it's all about, we start here with bed huddle, and this is all about getting things done and focused time block to get things done. We're going to do our morning. We're going to do our huddle. We're going to do our report. We're going to do our initial assessment on our patients, however many you have. We're going to get our plan together for each one of those for the day. You're going to do your AM meds, your care plans, restock all your stuff, get your insulin, getting patient up from the bed, breakfast, whatever you need to do. So the question I always ask myself is, now then it's time for a break. And there's a question I always ask myself is, what in the world, what right now can only I do? Meaning if your patient calls, what's anything that only you can do? Now there are some things, but you need to take care of those beforehand. Hey, I'm going to go to breakfast. I tell my patients sometimes, hey, I'm going to go get some breakfast. You need anything right now? Sally is going to be watching for me. If you need anything, you call. There's somebody here to take care of you. Just call. But I'm going to run down to breakfast real quick. That way I can have enough energy to take care of you all day. And these people are human. They know. They don't expect you to be on all the time. So then I know that there's a couple things you're going to want to say. Okay, what if I'm not hungry because I had breakfast right before I started? That's okay. If you're not hungry, that's fine. Go take a break anyways. What if the doctor's rounding right at that time? Well, then you're going to need to adjust your day so that you can still take your break during that, right after that, or right before that. If your doctor comes, if you know when rounds are going to happen, you can see them coming. The intensivists, they're down the way. Go get breakfast before that, or have a plan to go get breakfast after that. one or the other. You know, this is it's idiosyncratic. You have to be able to flow through within and through the day. But the one thing you can't do is not take a break. So let's think about your heart and tachycardia. Why is tachycardia a problem? You know, so patients, you know, told me, I thought my heart rate wasn't supposed to go high. That's why I come in here. You know, that's what they say sometimes, and that is true. So, what is the problem with tachycardia? Do you remember? It's so your heart. So whether you're in SVT, AFib, VTAC, VFib, whatever, your ventricles are squeezing. This is just like what you want to be doing the whole day, squeezing, but never relaxing. So it's not a problem for our ventricles to work hard. It's a problem when they don't get to relax. What happens in diastole? Do you remember? When does the blood, or when does your heart receive blood? Is it during systole or during diastole? It's during diastole, isn't it? So that's the problem with tachycardia, is that it never relaxes enough to give itself the nutrients it needs so that it can show up at the highest level that we need it to. It's the same with you. If you don't bake into your days these rests, you're going to be in VTAC all day. Essentially, you don't take your breaks. You don't. The last water you had was the water that was in your coffee before your shift, and it's the end of the day. How are you going to show up best and become a world-class professional if you can't rest? You have to bake these into your day. And I know I've been doing this for 7 years or more. And I know it's hard some days, but most days you can do that. You just have to be willing to say no to things, and you have to be all on when you're on so that you can be off whenever you're off. So remember that as you move forward and you're starting your day, you don't want to start your day in VTAC and then wonder why you're in heart failure at the end of it. You know, that's the reason why patients get in heart failure, is they never give their hearts, for some reason or another, and their heart never gets to relax, whether it's a clogged vessel or you know, they were in VTAC too long or whatever. So just remember that. And I know it's hard. I know I've been doing it for a minute. I know, but you have to have this is what our next video is actually about. It's going to be about being, it's called, I'm going to show you how to bake these in so you can be on and off. Looks just like a art line, doesn't it? So it starts at the top, boom, dichrotic notch, boom, dichrotic notch. What is that dichrotic notch? You remember? Yeah, the aortic valve closing. That's that, boom, that's that time whenever you get aortic valve closes, recovery, okay? And then boom, back on. He can squeeze hard, aortic valve closes, it has its recovery time, and it can work hard. It's whenever you put those gaps too small, whenever you're in VTAC, that you can't have your recovery time, and that's when heart failure and ischemia, STEMIs, and all that stuff occur. So I think that's enough for today. I'm going to link the other videos down in the description and make sure that that you watch the next couple, because I'm going to go from all the theory that they tell you need to have good time management. You need to have good time management, but no one shows you how to do it. That's what I'm all about at Optimized Nurse, is showing you guys how to get this thing done, man, so that we can give our patients the best care and impact the world. So, all right, until next time, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and stuff. You know, I would really appreciate that. Helping me grow my channel. All right, thanks. Bye.